Hello, how's it going? How's your day? How's your week? I hope it's going well. For this video, I'm going to be doing an October wrap-up, mid-November. So fun, I know. I think I'm gonna move my camera because the light isn't that, I guess that looks better. I don't know. The first book, let's just jump right in. The first book that I read is Playing with Fire by L.J. Shen. That followed Grace and West, and they live in a small Texan college town. Grace works at that taco truck, and she was in a fire years prior, so she has burns on her face. I believe the left side of her body. I'm not positive if it's her legs, but I know it like at least goes down to like her belly button. So she's dealing with that. She like kind of cakes her face with makeup. And one day while working at the taco truck, West, who is an underground fighter, shows up and sees that the taco truck is looking for workers, and he applies, and he basically gets hired like on the spot, and things happen between them. I believe I gave this 3.5 stars. I did enjoy this. It was a fun read. It was nice, like, the character development with Grace, kind of her learning to love herself again, because she used to be like a cheerleader who was popular, who had a cute boyfriend and all these things, and now she's not that anymore. And her kind of like coming to terms with herself again. I liked that. West was nice too. I liked him. I don't know, like, he definitely had character development, but I don't know if it was as much as Grace. The twist at the end I had no hints. Maybe I like wasn't paying attention enough, but yeah, I did not see it coming. So I did enjoy this. I have read better from L.J. Shen, but I thought this was good. Next is The Mothers by Britt Bennett, and boy, do I have a lot to say about this. So basically this follows Nadia, Luke, and Aubrey. Nadia and Luke have, like, they start seeing each other, like, kind of, like, they're, like, sleeping together, the summer before she goes off to college, or, like, her senior year, maybe, and, she gets pregnant, and Luke is, like, 21 or 22, I believe, and he is the son of a pastor, and a pastor's wife, obviously. So she gets an abortion. She tells him, and she's like, I do not want to be a mom. And she gets an abortion, and then they stop speaking to each other because Luke is a dick. And then she spends the summer before she goes off to college with Aubrey, who also, she goes to that church. She's pretty regular. She goes there pretty often, actually. Like, she's helps out with kids and like Wednesday nights and stuff. And then Aubrey goes off to college, and she comes back, and she's like, or Nadia goes off to college, sorry. Nadia goes off to college, and while Nadia is away, Luke's super depressed because he hurt himself in a football game in high school, and he and Aubrey start seeing each other, and Aubrey has absolutely no idea that Nadia and Luke were together. So they start seeing each other, and then they invite Nadia back for their wedding, and shit goes down. Now, this was beautifully written. I'm not going to deny that. It is written in the point of view of the mothers of the church, so like the older women. And I thought that was a great idea. I'm not really a nonfiction person. because I feel like I live everyday life, so I don't really want to like read about other people's lives. So I do like romance, but this was really good. It was really depressing. There was not a moment where I was like, these people are happy within their lives, and it made me sad. There were a couple, like, in my review on Goodreads, I basically said this book is basically just 3 people, more than 3 people, I think, because I don't think Nadia's father really learned, or Luke's parents, or Aubrey. Like, Aubrey was part of the 3, but they never really learned how to communicate with each other, their feelings, good or bad. So with everything that happens, it's just all just, like, it's a hot mess. And it's sad, and I truly wasn't, like, I gave this 4 stars, but because I did enjoy it, but I didn't like it. Like, that sounds so confusing, but I just feel like everyone in this book deserves better. This is kind of a spoiler, but I'm gonna read something. So basically, Aubrey and Luke are married, yes, and we jump forward quite a bit. But Aubrey and Luke are trying to have a baby, and she can't have a baby. Like, they're struggling. And then Nadia and Luke start to have an affair, which was fun. And Nadia says, or Aubrey says, hello, my sister called me. So I'm going to read this thing again. Just like a little, like, also part of a spoiler is that Luke told Aubrey about he had a girlfriend and she had an abortion, and he left her at the abortion clinic. Like, he never picked her up, which that infuriated me to no end. And then I believe Nadia also told her, like, yeah, I had an abortion, and Aubrey kind of put 2 and 2 together. So this is what she said, because, like I said, Nadia and Luke started having an affair, and I never really liked Aubrey through the story, but, she said, Aubrey, she was birthing the kept child. She had something Nadia never would, and for the first time, she felt triumphant over Nadia Turner. And Aubrey just seemed to never grow up. None of them seemed to grow up. And it was just annoying. And I didn't particularly like it. I don't know. I did like it. It's so hard because I'm a sucker for a happy ending. Like, I just want people to be happy. And I feel like none of these people were happy. Like, it did not end in a, like, good way. Hold on. This was the last time that we hear about Nadia or Aubrey and Luke. It says, we pray for Aubrey Evans and Luke Shepard, who, in the dying days of Upper Room, we'd seen together in the lobby with their baby, together, but not quite so. The way you can fix a hole in a worn pair of pants, but they never look new. Like, who wants a marriage like that? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I guess bottom line is that I don't want to read about real life things happening. I just want to read about people being happy or getting to happiness, because real life is shit enough as it is. Like, let's just all be happy, you know? Oh, also, another thing I said in my review is, why be in a loveless marriage? In my opinion, I feel like this marriage is completely loveless because, also another spoiler, Aubrey cheated on Luke too. So it was just kind of like, and then bring a baby into it. What? Anyway, the next thing I read is Lick by Kylie Scott, which is the first book in a series called the Stage Dive series. This follows Evelyn and David, and Evelyn goes to Vegas for her 21st birthday, and she ends up marrying David, the lead guitarist for the huge famous rock band Stage Dive. And she's not particularly happy about it, and he wakes up, kind of excited and a little disappointed that she's not excited or that she doesn't remember anything. So I can't remember exactly what happens that leads them back together. I think something happens with her parents, and so she goes to LA to live with him, and that's when things start to happen. I really liked this. It was super fun. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. It was good. I liked it. I liked them. It's very quick. It's a quick read. It's fun. It's fast. Which are my favorite. Just let's snap. I want to get it over with. Not get it over with, but I just like fun, fast reads. And that's what this was. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. Or 3, I don't remember. But it was super fun. Something that I wished we got more of were side characters. They were there, but they felt kind of they weren't very involved. It was a lot of Evelyn and David, which is okay, but also I feel like having side characters gives more depth to the story. The next thing that I read was Ninja at First Sight by Penny Reed. This follows Greg and Fiona, and this is part of Knitting in the City, a series, which I did not read the first 3 books. So, I don't know. I don't know what happens, but this is a prequel to their actual book. So this comes 15 years prior to their book number 4 or 5. What is it? Yeah, this comes before book 5. I really liked this. It was just a book full of fun things, fun, cute stuff, like them getting to know each other. Fiona is a freshman in college, and she's leaving her parents for the first time. Her mom is not thrilled about it. Her dad is kind of like, yeah, go be an adult, because she was a gymnast, and then they found out that she had a brain tumor, and I'm not positive if they took it out or she did chemo and they shrank it. I can't remember, but that's why she's at college, because she wants to be independent. And she meets Greg, and he is a former Marine, I think, and he's 23. He has a girlfriend, and yeah, there's really not much to say about this. It's, I believe, 100 pages, 107. It was fun, and I'm sure people who love this series were all about it, but I did not read the series. So next, I read Sicko by Amo Jones. Yeah, so a little backstory on why I picked this up. I'm in a Facebook group. It's called Help Name That Book or something, or it could have been books. It might have been Help Name That Book. And basically someone posted, they were like, this is your book boyfriend for 2020 releases, and mine was Sicko, and I was like, I read the the synopsis, and I was like, this sounds fun. So I read it, I bought it, and I read it. And this is not what I was expecting. So basically, this follows Jade, sorry, talking about playing with fire. This follows Jade and Royce, aka Sicko, and him and his parents adopted Jade when she was I don't know how old, but they adopted her pretty young. I think he was 5, so she had to be like 2 or something. But they adopted her, and then we jump forward, and he's like 18 or 20, and she's like 16 or something. I can't remember their ages, but he's old enough, and so is she. And there's a lot of sexual tension between the two. And then one day he just ups and disappears. Like, no more Royce. And then he comes back like a couple of years later. She's now a freshman in college, and she's living in the dorms. And he comes back, and he's like now the president or like the vice president or something of a motorcycle club. And I don't remember much about this, but a lot happens. This is not a book for like the faint of heart. This is not something that I would regularly pick up and be like, yes, read it, because there were some things that I had to put down. Like, I had to like give myself a minute because it was rough. Like, she is seeing this guy who I think she calls Mr. Jones or something, like something common, but it is kind of easy to figure out and who he is. But he's also, the guy that she's seeing is also this dude who's like a huge sex trafficker and is like blackmailing Sicko, Royce, into paying him. And it's all this huge thing. And there's just a lot that goes on. I don't even know how to explain it. It was good. Like, but also not good. Like, there were some things that didn't make any sense. Like, she's living in America, but she's fresh out of high school and going to med school. I don't know. I just, if you want to read it, read it. It wasn't bad, but it was, at times, hard to read. So, just wanted to add really quick, there's a scene where Jade goes to this sex club with James, where it's like very super secret, like you have to be invited to go, and when you go, you have to be branded to get in, even if you're not even if you're a guest of a member. Wild. So Jade gets branded, and James is like, why? She's not a member, she's just like a guest. And they're like, sorry, but she goes in, which she's unwillingly at this club, and the author legitimately wrote, may the odds be ever in your favor. And I thought that was the funniest thing, and I just wanted to mention that, so do with that what you will. Okay, the next thing I read is Desperate Beginnings by Marie James. This is part of the Ravens Ruins MC series. Say that 5 times fast. This follows the beginning of the motorcycle club. So it follows Lynch, Molly, and TJ's dad, who are the 3 children that we will be following in the next 3 books, and how the MC started. I really liked this. I thought it was interesting. It's my sweater. It's only like 80 pages or so, so it kept me entertained. I think I read it like in a night. It probably like took me 2 hours or something, because I get on my phone and I'm an idiot. But yeah, read it. It does get you like excited for the next books. So the next book is Sins of the Father, which is part of the series, the first book of the series, which follows Lynch and Candy. She changes her name when she goes, and I can't remember her other name. I think it's like Leah or something. Let me look. It's also dual point of view, which is fun. I like that. So Zoe / Candy comes back with Molly, who is Lynch's sister, to because something happened to Molly, and they come back to the clubhouse together, and Zoe walks in on Lynch having sex with another woman, and she joins in. Like freaking 30 pages in, it starts. And that was different. I've never read a book that that quickly, which I'm not, I wasn't mad about it, but also it was kind of a shock. I was like, whoa. But I did really enjoy this. I liked them. I thought it was fun. I liked them. I liked Lynch. Thought he was fun. I don't know. It was fun to see both sides. Like, he's like the president. It kind of reminded me of, like, honestly, a dirtier version of Sons of Anarchy. And I kind of liked it more than Sons of Anarchy. So, I liked it, though. It was a good read. Recommend. The next book in the series is Luck of the Devil, and that follows Molly and Briar. Briar is Lynch's number 2, I believe. I can't remember, but Molly is Lynch's sister, and Briar has been celibate for like 10 years. Excuse me. Briar's been celibate for like 10 years and is in love with Molly. Molly is in love with him, but she's like 10 years his junior, and also not like, she's like off limits. Like, no one is allowed to touch her in the club because she's the daughter of like the dude who created it, and now she's the sister of the president. So I liked it. I think I liked this more than Zoe and Lynch. I think it was just kind of fun, like them, like kind of like they were like hiding, but it never like, it was very innocent. It was much more innocent than the first one, but it was fun. And I liked Briar. I thought he was a sweetheart. I really enjoyed this. There's stuff that happens towards the end that Molly genuinely wish she would have like stabbed TJ and Lynch. Like, I think they completely deserved it. They were being hypocritical assholes. And I just, that was my only issue, was that her brothers were being dicks. But I really liked Molly and Briar. And Briar was just loved him. Definitely recommend Briar. Find you a Briar that's not in a motorcycle club. So next and last is Dancing with the Devil in this series. And this follows TJ, who is the youngest child. Or no, he's not. He's a middle child. But so TJ and Briar, this is a spoiler for book 2 or 3. This is a spoiler for Molly and Briar's book. But TJ and Briar go to Molly's college because they find out that she's been raped, and they find the 4 guys that I don't know if all 4 of them raped her. I can't remember exactly, but they all put her in a room and they raped her. I can't remember exactly what happens if they actually rape her or if, like, Zoe walks in and stops it, because we honestly don't really get much information about that. It's just that they go there because something was done to Molly, and yeah. And, TJ and Briar go to the college and they find the guys, and they find them in a room with this girl, Casey. And Casey is, like, they kill them, and she's covered in blood. Like, they save her and she's covered in blood, and it kind of, like, gets TJ going. Like, he likes blood. Which this one was definitely, like, the most out there, in my opinion, or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, it was. But basically, Casey really likes to put herself in danger. Like, she gets herself high and drunk and puts herself in the way of men who she knows will take advantage of her so that they will rape her. And she's doing it for a reason, and he takes her out of those situations, TJ. And I did really like this. There were some things that, like, some people might not like. It's not, like, a innocent book, but I did like it. I liked Casey, her character development, like, kind of getting to where she needed to be about certain things that I can't talk about because it's a spoiler, but I liked this. I don't know how to talk about books on my Kindle because I read them like they're not actually books, and I just, like, whip through them, and sometimes I forget what they're about. But a lot happens in all of those books. But as a whole, it's a really good series. Will I read it again? Probably not, but I did like it. Next is The End Zone by L.J. Shen. So let me just explain real quick that I discovered L.J. Shen, I think back in, like, July or August, and I've just been ripping through her. Like, I have almost all of her books now, and I've read almost all of them. I'm super excited for The Villain, and I can't wait. So, I bought this. It's a novella. I don't think I'm a novella person, honestly, but this follows Jolie. I think it is Jolie, but it's kind of, I don't know how to pronounce it, I guess. Yeah, Jolie. It follows Jolie and Sage, and they have been best friends since forever. And he kind of has, like his parents argue, and that's how they kind of became friends when they were younger, as he walked outside because his parents were arguing and she hugged him, which I thought was super sweet. And now they're in college and they live in an apartment together, and they've always only looked at each other as friends. At least I think Jolie has a crush on him. I can't remember, but they, like, bump into each other naked, like, kind of like in The Proposal when she gets out of the shower and he's, like, after a run, then, like, bump into each other. That's what happens in this book. And he all of a sudden thinks completely different of her. And they start, like, she's very, like, no, this is not a good idea. And he's like, I think it is. And, you know, they fall in love. And I liked this. It felt very fast. And I think that's why I don't like novellas. And this is going to sound like I contradict myself constantly, but I think that things happen too fast sometimes, but I want them to happen fast. But not so fast that I don't believe that it's real. Yeah? And I think that's what happened. Like, and then, like, something happens that's just, like, completely over dramatic and annoying. Like, he's talking to a girl and then she runs away, and it's just, like, this huge thing, and I don't know, it was just a lot, but I did like it, and it was a short read. I think it was, like, how fast was it? 119 pages. The next book that I read is The Hunter by L.J. Shen. Okay, so this follows Hunter from the All Saints High series, which I have read. I will review them one day, hopefully soon. And Troy and Sparrow's daughter, Sailor from Sparrow by L.J. Shen. And I didn't know if I wanted to read this. And not because I don't like L.J. Shen, because I obviously do, but like, I didn't think that I liked Hunter in this trilogy in All Saints High, and like, nothing against him, I just didn't think, he didn't interest me enough. Like, he was interesting, but was he interesting enough for me to want to read an entire book on him falling in love, you know? And man, am I so glad that I did, because I freaking loved it. So this follows Hunter and Sailor. Hunter, we start out the book, he's been in an orgy, and it's put online. He didn't go to their, like, secret, like, little, like, no phones room. He did it in the middle of the living room, and now it's online, and it's never going away, and his dad's pissed. I feel like rightfully he's pissed. I would be a little upset if my kid did that. Like, I don't know, because then girls are coming forward being like, I had no idea, oh my god. So his dad has to, like, pay him off, like, pay these girls off. That's why I would be mad. Not that my kid was having sex, but, so his dad's like, you're gonna figure shit out. And that's when Sailor comes in, and he's like, this is your new babysitter, and they're stuck in an apartment together, and he can't do anything. He's basically, like, quarantined. And I loved this. I loved it so much. I loved Hunter. I loved Sailor. The banter between the two was so cute. I just couldn't get enough of them. The scene where she's hurt her shoulder. She's an archer, and she's trying to become an Olympian, and she's trying to leave, and he's like, no, you can't leave. So she pulls out her bow and arrow and shoots him. Well, she doesn't shoot him, but she does shoot at him, and he's like, she pulled it. Like, I can't remember what she says exactly, but what he says, but it was so funny. When you get to that scene, if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. It was funny, and I enjoyed it. Oh man. I don't know. But the twist, I feel like one of the twists was kind of easy to figure out, and the other one wasn't, because we really got no background info on it. So yes, I did love this. I loved Hunter. I want to read 90 stories about them. Like, and I feel like that way about every single one of these books. I just, like, want to read all of them. Like, write multiple books about this one couple, and I would not be mad. The next book that I read is Happily Ever Ninja by Penny Reed, and this follows Greg and Fiona. And this is, we jump forward 15 years. They're married, they're in love, they have 2 babies, and she used to be a CIA agent, and he is now, I believe he's like an oil rig person. I don't know. But he's, like, somewhere in, like, Africa, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I'll look more into it, but he's away a lot of the time, like, for weeks at a time, and then he comes home, and he's only home for, like, 24 to 48 hours, and it's really tough, I guess. They need money, so he takes this job, and it's, like, top secret, and she gets a call from one of her former CIA agent buddies, and is like, hey, Greg's been kidnapped. You can do absolutely nothing about it, but I wanted you to know. And she's like, ha ha ha. and she decides she's gonna do something about it. Hello, just to clarify a little better, Greg, is telling Fiona that he is in South Africa and for his job when he's actually doing like this super top secret job in West Africa. And yeah, but he is in Africa. He's just telling her that he's on the other side of Africa than he actually is, just to make that a little clearer and make it make more sense. So other characters from the first four books are involved in this. Like, one of the husbands in the knitting group is like a hacker, and he's really involved. This was so fun. I really enjoyed it because, like, there's very little that we don't get of them together because she does go to save him, and it was badass. But I loved them. I loved the marriedness of it, and that's what I was looking for. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but it was fun. It was a fun read. It was what I wanted, and I loved it. I loved the side characters as well. Like, it does kind of make me want to read the rest of the series, like the beginning and then the afterwards, but there's a lot of books in this series, and I don't know if I want to do it. But I've heard Penny Reed is really good, and this just showed it. But my favorite part about the whole thing is at the beginning of each chapter, there's notes and like text messages that actual married couples sent in, and she put it in the book, and it was so cute. I loved that. Like, hold on, let me find another one. Let me find a short one. Probably would have been done if I would have just read it. Dear future husband, here's the thing. If I'm marrying you, then you must be a pretty awesome person. I promise to love and cherish you always, but if I annoy you, just walk away, but don't leave. Don't get mad at me, and then don't speak to me. I don't think I have a favorite one. Oh, this one's funny. Dear husband, you know I love you because I don't murder your mother. Jenna, post-it note, United Kingdom, married 22 years. Like, how cute! I loved it! The last book that I'm talking about is The Kiss Thief by L.J. Shin. So this follows Wolf and Francesca. Francesca has grown up thinking that she's going to marry Angelo. Yeah, Angelo. And she's in love with him, and she just wants Angelo. But one night, she gets kissed, who she thinks is by Angelo, but it's really by Wolf. And Wolf is like, oh my god, I'm in love with her. So she goes to Francesca's dad and blackmails him and is like, I'm marrying your daughter. And her father has absolutely can do nothing about it. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is that there's a box that she has with like little pieces of paper in it that say what her true love will do for her and with her or whatever. And the first thing is like, the first piece of paper is like be her first kiss or something. So she was like saving her first kiss for Angelo, and when she finds out it was actually Wolf, like, she's still hesitant to be with him, but she starts to believe it more because there's a couple more things that he does that are in the box. So yeah, just wanted to explain that as well. Wolf is a senator, but he's in some deep illegal shit, I think, which is fine, but like so yeah. And then so she goes to his house and they get married, and it's cute. I liked this. There wasn't anything that I didn't like in last month. I don't know. Except maybe Sicko wasn't my favorite. That was kind of rough. But this was very action-packed, and maybe a little too much for me. I don't know, because it also felt a kind of like a lot. Like, there was a lot that happened, and I was like, whoa. And it was a lot to keep up with. But also at the same time, everything kind of seemed to go kind of slow with Wolf and Francesca, because she's still like, I'm gonna be with Angelo. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna be with him. And he's like, no, you're not. You're gonna be with me, and you're gonna love me. And I mean, putting the kidnapping aside, I liked this. And I just feel like it sounds weird, like I said before, like, this seemed like it happened so fast, but also was so slow. Like, everything, like, she seemed to hate him one second, and then the next page they're having sex. Which is fine, but also, like, I don't know, it just took me some time to believe that she actually wanted to be with him. So, I don't know. And Angelo was kind of a dick until the end. Like, I kind of wanted to punch him in the face half the time. But, I don't know. And Wolf was also an asshole. I don't know. There's just, like, asshole upon asshole in these books, it seems like. And they did kind of redeem themselves, both Wolf and Angelo. But her dad can go F himself. What I do want, this is a spoiler, is a sequel of them in the White House. Because he's a senator and he becomes the president. And that's what I want. I want a sequel with them in the White House. I think that would be super fun. And I'd love it. So, yeah, that's what I read in October. I hope you enjoyed. I will be linking all of my social medias and stuff down below if you want to follow those. If you so please. And, yeah, if you read any of these ever, comment down below. We can talk about it or not talk about it, whatever you want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah, I never know how to end these. I'm sorry. But thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good day, week, month. I'm in Michigan. I'm currently back in lockdown. So, that's fun. See ya. Bye.